God bless and great day, everybody. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's King T420 SEC back with another smoking reaction. And this reaction game, we just gonna call it tried and failed. And we're gonna call it that because I came across this young man who was making reaction videos. Well, he wasn't actually making reaction videos. He was actually hosting a live, and he was talking to some women. And some women tried to make him see their emotional side of things, and he just simply talked to them with logic. So, with that being said, we're gonna listen to our sponsors. After we listen to our sponsors, we jump right off into the videos. Before we go.
Battle Juice is a new energy drink. This video is sponsored by Pure Health Battle Juice. You can buy your drinks at Chill Box or John Vincent's wherever they might be. Get your Battle Juice today. Drink the drink that champions drink. Battle Juice.
Oh, my bad. All right. So with that said, let's see what he talking about. Y'all got a sneak peek. I ain't heard it yet. Let's see. 36-year-old divorce therapist tries to disqualify me, then married women destroy her. Oh, this gonna be good. Let's take this in. This probably gonna be real good. All right, before we go, let's see what we got.
Talking about perfection. Who said anything about perfection?
Well, I'm telling you, when I made that statement, it says I'm a therapist, so you know,
I'm not offering therapy. Where do you see me? Where do you see this conversation? I'm offering therapy.
Well, I didn't come over to fight with you. I thought we were
We're
going
not
to have a
fighting.
conversation.
We having a conversation, but I'm just making sure that we have a foundation. You said
I
you're a
don't want to get
therapist.
sassy with you, so please don't get sassy
I'm
with
not
me.
okay. So now you're making it personal. So first of all, number one, Charlie.
Okay.
Do you know the definition of sassy?
I mean, I feel like it's just you
Do
having
know
an attitude for no
when
reason.
you have okay, no.
Yo, he slapped her with that one on a live show, and you supposed to be a therapist, huh, Charlie? You're a therapist, huh? Well, Miss Therapist, do you know the definition of the word that you're using? Because I'm sure as a therapist, you tell your patients don't use words that you don't know the definition to. But before we go, we're gonna let this rock out. He on her ass early. I told you he just all rational, all logic. That's why I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna grab a couple videos, see what we got before we go.
That's not the definition of sassy. So someone who's how old are you?
I'm 36.
So someone who's 36, you should know the definition of terms that you use. So I'm gonna ask you again because when you make a definition, you can't just say I
Okay,
feel
why
like.
don't you just tell the room
You
what
keep
sassy
cutting me
means?
off. You keep cutting me off. So I just wanted you to say that a 36-year-old woman is using a term who claims to be a therapist, and you don't even understand the terms that you use. So I would advise someone who does go to therapy with someone like you. You don't even understand the terms that you use. So I'm gonna ask you again, Charlie, 36-year-old woman. What is the definition of sassy? And it doesn't mean I feel like because you can't give a definition and say it's whatever I feel like it is. So we're gonna try this again. What is the definition of sassy?
Let's ask Google.
No, I know what it is.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now, Miss Therapist. Did that man ask you the definition of a word that you called him and you turned around and said, let's ask Google? Okay, I just want y'all to keep up before we go.
I don't need to ask Google. I'm asking
Sassy
you.
is an adjective, a bold, spirited, and lively attitude,
There we
often
go.
with a touch of impudent cheekiness and covenant
Exactly.
defiance.
So you had
And
to
I
Google
feel
it.
like that was
So
definitely what you were giving
Yeah,
me.
so you had to Google it. So it has nothing to do with femininity. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It has nothing to
I
do
didn't
with
say anything about that.
When
I
you use
didn't call
the
you
term,
something because I thought we were trying to.
okay, so you got to shut the fuck up. That's what you got to do because you're not gonna run this. I run this. This isn't your therapy session, and it seems like you need a lot of therapy, but you don't run shit over here. So let's just get that understood. So
Tried and failed. She tried to run a narrative. She tried to be the one running the show. She tried to be the host of his show. And he shut that shit down fast before we go.
we're gonna try this again. I didn't need to look it up because I understand the terms that I use. You needed to look it up because you're not intelligent. You're a 36-year-old woman who does therapy and tries to shame people to try to say that they're sassy. You don't even know the definition of the term. When you use the term sassy, you're trying to use it, and you only use it to men to try to shame his sexuality or say he operates like a woman. When the actual definition of sassy means bold and full of spirit. It has nothing to do with anything else. So it's actually a compliment because people who do operate in a certain way should, to an extent, be bold and full of spirit. But I don't think that what it was at all. You're just not used to people being more intelligent than you. So let's get back to the age thing because that's what you brought up. So you feel as though people that's over the age of 30 should not be listening or taking any heed or advice or any type of knowledge from someone who's younger than 30. So do you feel like those three people I named, do you feel like anybody that were older than them shouldn't have been listening and shouldn't have been following them because they were just too young to know what they was talking about?
Absolutely. Even Dr. Martin Luther King came back before he died and said he feared that he integrated his people into a burning house. He recognized the mistakes that he made. We see what Tupac attitude got him into the grave. I don't remember the last person, but I do want to go back and say that when I said that you were being sassy, I was talking about your sexuality.
I don't really care. I don't really care what you think. I said what I said, so we're moving past that. Again, you don't control this, I do. So based on your own logic, you're 36. So people that are older than you shouldn't listen to you, right? Since you're 36, because we're doing the age thing. So the people that are older than Charlie should not listen to you because you're 36. Let's just make sure that we get that set in stone first.
Y'all hear the freeze up? Y'all know that she ain't saying nothing else. She's stuck now. She put herself between that rock and a hard place because she's a therapist and she thinks she knows it all. Before we go, tried and failed. He ate her ass up. Let's move forward.
She's still wrong and missed. I just want to let y'all know that this is a therapist, by the way. This is why I don't advise women to go to a lot of these female therapists because it's just emotion. It's just irrational emotion. She would be a terrible therapist. Anybody going to her
Yo, that was too funny. that was too funny. Let's move on though. I got another one. I actually got two more in. That's all we gonna do. I just wanted to check them out because the titles kind of caught me. So I'm like, all right, y'all see the one about the therapist. I thought it was gonna be more to that, but it wasn't. But let's move forward. See where we at. See what this other one's talking about.
Oh, before the first one.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Delusional homewrecker rejected 12 proposals and thinks she deserves a high-value man. Oh, shit. This should be funny. Let's see where we go with this, fellas. This should be funny. Smoke gang, before we go.
Oh, before the first one.
So then you continue to deal with him even after the proposal. So clearly it's not a big issue if you already knew that he was married. So you're a woman that operates in infidelity. You commit adultery.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes,
a
that
man's
was
married,
at that time, correct, absolutely. And
She said yes, correct. Absolutely. At that time, yes, absolutely. Like that was, no, you should never do that, ma'am. You should never do that, ma'am. Before we go, it's fucking ridiculous.
I thought it was wrong to attempt to go forward with him when I found out he was already cheating with a wife.
but you were continually dealing with this man.
Right. I did.
So then what are we? So it doesn't matter if you accepted the marriage or not. If you were a woman of value, if you were a good woman, you would say, I found out this man was lying to me and he's married. I'm going to completely remove him from my life. You decided to still deal with him, which
I did. Yes, absolutely.
So I all the way agree with him. Like, okay, cool. When you met him, you didn't know he was married. You started dealing with him, y'all, whatever. You found out he was married. You cut him off. Like, why are you still dealing? He's a married man. Like, what do y'all do know marriage is under God. Marriage is under God. So when you find out that the person that you're dealing with has a person who's covered already by him and her and God, you leave them alone. It's time to move on, move forward. Before we go.
So then you were a homewrecker. So why would any man get any value in dealing with you? You're a homewrecker.
I am not at that time. Absolutely why I never said yes. At that time, in my youth, yes, I did not say yes because I was aware of
that's still what you are.
Whoa. This lady, she got a whole bag of tricks. So you believe just because you didn't say yes to being in a relationship with the man that you are not considered a homewrecker. No, that's not the truth. You're absolutely considered a homewrecker. A homewrecker is a woman who is sleeping with a married man. You don't have to be wanting to take him from home. You don't have to want the wife's position. You don't have to even really want much of nothing but his time. If you're sleeping with that man and he's married, you're a homewrecker. Before we go.
Though.
No, it's not. That's a judgment I refuse to.
If I take someone's life because it happened.
Listen, that woman is an adulterer, and that's what I said. She's an adulterer. She don't want to accept the title of homewrecker, so we will correct her and give her the word that they gave her in the good book. She is an adulterer, and that's what I said, and that's what she is. Before we go, smoke gang shit.
Happened 15 years ago. Am I still a murderer?
No, especially if it was in self-defense and then let's say.
But
You see how women hear questions and they have to change the whole narrative of the question? This man asked her, if I killed somebody 15 years ago, today am I still a murderer? She said no, especially if the question was clear. If I killed someone 15 years ago, am I a murderer? It wasn't if I killed someone in self-defense. That wasn't what he said. See how women try to make things fit their box. They want it to fit their narrative, so you have to agree. You have to pay attention before we go.
No. We already got past that. No, listen. We've already passed that.
Only God can judge me, baby. You're not gonna.
Okay, only God can judge you stuff. Okay, this is the delusional women that we have up on the panel today. Understand something, ma'am. You're not conflating these things equally. If I'm dealing with a woman and I decide to deal with her, she dropped down because she doesn't have.
Yo, she left. She flat out left, gang. She left. Damn, on that note, 1 second. That's crazy. That's wild work. She just left. God. That's wild work, y'all. She just left. She didn't give a fuck. She dropped down, nigga. Y'all not finna do that to me on this show. It's already done, lady. You done it to yourself. Before we go.
Logical talking point. This is the modern woman of America, by the way. This is who men have to choose. Women like her. She believes that it's a man's fault. Bitch, you a homewrecker. I don't owe you no fucking respect. You didn't respect none of the women. That woman that was in that woman in that relationship. Nor did you respect the man that she was with. You don't even respect your motherfucking self. So the reason why you're in the situation that you're in is because you're the woman that you are. You don't deserve respect. I'm not going to talk to you like the other 4 or 5 women that came up here with respect, who actually got things going on. You're the problem. And women who defend women like you are also the issue.
I absolutely agree. Because how can you defend a woman who was sleeping with a married man? What if that was your husband she was sleeping with? Y'all never tend to think about it like that. Like, then y'all wonder, like, where's all the good dudes? We out here telling y'all stop sleeping with married men. Like, y'all don't hear us? Before we go, it's fucking wild work. This shit fucking ridiculous.
You got way too many women that defend women like her. Way too many fucking. I'm not gonna defend you. I'm not gonna be nice to you. We need to make sure that we set an example of women like her and separate them from all the other women. So I'm gonna call you out of your name because you deserve to be. You're a homewrecker. You're a whore. You're a modern woman. No man deserves to be with you. No, you
She is an adulterer, sir. Sir, she is an adulterer. These are facts. Before we go.
don't deserve to be with no motherfucking valuable man at all. You deserve to get what you've been getting, which is a bunch of makeup and fake shit on your profile picture, which is on your page, which is posting shit like this. This is all you're gonna get, baby girl. This is all you're gonna ever get. A bunch of makeup, a bunch of filters, and a bunch of fake hair. And being a woman that's past your prime, 35, 40 plus, just getting dick. So no, I don't got no motherfucking respect for you. You deserve to be disrespected. Because you did the highest honor of disrespect, which is commit infidelity. And then she tried to say that wasn't equate. Because when I brought up the murder thing, if I take somebody's life unjustly, then that's different if it was self-defense. You were dealing with a man that was married and you knew about it and continued to do it. So you were actively doing something that wasn't against your will. So that's
that whole part. Like, you knew he was married and you continued to sleep with him. Yeah, but I told him I wasn't going to be in a relationship with him because he was married. What does that mean? You're still sleeping with him. Wake up. Like, fucking ridiculous. Before we go.
It's not a comparison, man. You're a homewrecker. You're a cheater and a liar. You deserve everything that's coming to you. You deserve all of it. And again, we need, because, and this is the fucking part about it. Because I know when I unmute this, it's going to be a bunch of women you're disrespectful. If I was talking to a man saying the same exact shit, going in on a man who committed infidelity, them same women that's going to be applauding her, they would be applauding me if I was talking to a man. But because I'm talking to a woman, now everybody gonna got a fucking issue. No, she deserves to be disrespected to the highest honor. Because you did the most highest honor that you could do, which is commit infidelity and think any valuable man should want to be with your motherfucking ass. No, fuck all that. I ain't got no respect for you. All the women who are good women, do not correlate yourself to that bullshit. Don't. She deserves to be called a bitch. She deserves to be disrespected to the highest honor. Fuck out of here with that shit. You a terrible motherfucking woman. Fuck out of here, lady. There's some women in the chat right now. You disrespectful. If I was saying the same shit to a man, you wouldn't be talking about disrespect. Shut up. That lady don't deserve shit, but her and her rose at night. Let's go to the next person.
Wow. So yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna call the lady all those names. You know, I guess he did a good enough job with that part. But the one name for sure that I am gonna call her is an adulterer. And if you, male or female, are sleeping with a married person, you are clearly an adulterer. And yeah, that's in the Bible. It goes against God and everything that God stands for. And if you know, you should probably stop. But before we go, right? We got one more. Let's see what he talking about in this one. See what he talking about in this one. All right. Low IQ modern woman tries to debate me on standards and gets cooked. All right. Let's let him rock out. He's been doing a good job so far. I like this young man. Might have to watch some more of his videos. All right, before we go.
And real quick, hold on, real quick. I'm not saying you're gonna do this, but please don't come up here and be disrespectful. Don't come up here and be rude and belligerent. Let's just focus on the actual disagreement that we have. I'm gonna respect you. I would ask you that you can respect me as well.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you said everybody should have a high standard. That was your assertion. And my assertion is, if everybody has the same standard that is high, that would take away from the value of that standard being high. You said that was a whole bunch of nothing. So can you explain how that's a whole bunch of nothing?
I said it more to the point of, I feel like everyone should want the best for themselves, even if they're in a position where it kind of is like they're asking for a lot or they're being hypocritical because they don't stand by their standards. But let's say they're moving towards trying to be better in life.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Everybody should want the best for themselves in life. But wanting the best for yourself in life starts with you wanting to be the best version of yourself. And you cannot get the best mate if you are not the best version of yourself. Now, if you are going to go on the dating market at 60%, 50% of the version of who you really are, then you will probably get a person who's at 60% or 50% themselves. But you cannot go on the market at 60% or 50% and expect to get someone that is 85, 90%, 95%. That's not how it works. You have to stay within your percentile. And if your percentile is 55, 60%, then you have to find someone that's 55, 60%. It's just that simple. It's just how life works. You can't be mad at it. If you want someone in the higher percentile, work on yourself. Put yourself in a higher percentile before we go.
Should they not, kind of want the best for themselves?
The best for themselves and the best for the other person for themselves is two different things. So if you say...
See how he said it? Ooh. See, he said it, but he said it without saying it the way I said it. See, I said it like you got to work on yourself. He just said it, yeah, you should want the best for yourself and you should want the best for the person that you want, correct? So what does that say? That says if you want the best for yourself and the best for the person that you want, that means you're going to work on being the best version of yourself. Keep up before we go.
Everybody should want to be in the best shape available or the best shape that they can be. I would agree with you, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the dating market. So a standard can be, I don't want a man that's below 6 feet, correct?
Yes.
Now, would you believe that 6 feet is a high standard?
No,
Okay, how would 6 feet not be a high standard?
I think 6 feet is pretty reasonable.
What
To ask for
percentage,
it.
what percentage of men do you believe are above 6 feet?
Not a lot.
Okay, what percentage? Just give me a number. Your smoke alarm is beeping, by the way.
You think so?
I think I just heard it. Yeah, but you should know if you're there. You shouldn't ask me.
No,
But
it's not.
What percentage?
Yep, I was moving. I'm sorry.
What percentage of men? What percentage?
Yo, he is wild work for that. He is wild work for that. Yo, your smoke detector beeping in the back too. I think I heard it. You think so? No, yeah, I think I heard it. Yo, the signs of a single woman. Shout out to the Godfather, the late great Kevin Samuels. That's what's up. Before we go, gang, smoke gang shit.
The men do you think are above 6 feet?
Maybe about 30%.
Not even close. It's 14 and a half. Now you would have to take away the men that are homosexuals, correct? Because we're talking about heterosexual relationships, right?
Correct.
So 14.5%. What percent of men of that 14% do you think are homosexuals? Meaning they openly only deal with men, not guys that. Because I know y'all think every man is DL. What percentage of that 14.5%?
Yo, I like Lil Dog. He is going crazy out here right now. Like, I know y'all think all men are DL, but what percentage do you really think? Let's be honest here. Before we go, yeah, I might have to get some more of his videos. Let's move forward.
Because it's gonna go towards the point. What percentage of that 14.5% do you think are openly homosexual men?
About 5.
Cool. So now we down to 9%, right?
Right.
Right. Now, what about the men who are already married or are in jail? What percentage would you say is that? Or maybe they're already in a relationship. Maybe they got a girlfriend. What percentage would you say?
Take about 2% off.
So now we have 7%.
Right.
Do you understand the point that I'm making? Like I can keep going.
No, I understand. I
So
understand.
6 feet by definition would be a high standard because the average man that's even available to be above 6 feet is very, very, very rare. So if every woman has the standard of 6 feet, how would that not be a high standard?
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely. Go ahead. You didn't answer my question, though, by the way. So you just asked
Okay,
me
I'm
a
sorry.
question.
Go. Can you re-ask it? I mean,
Did you
ask me,
did you not
please.
hear the question?
No, honey.
Okay. Well, I think you weren't listening. But if
Yo, Dog be on their ass. I like Lil Dog. He be on their ass. And they can say, well, I think he wasn't listening. But, yo, before we go, that's smoke gang shit right there. Yeah.
if everything that I just said, we down at 7%. We can go lower. We can go to the guys that are ugly. What percentage of that 7% do you think are ugly? Come on.
Maybe about 3.
Okay. We have 3 now. So now we have 4%, right?
Yeah.
Now, what percentage of that 4% do you think are men that are broke? They don't have enough money to even date in the dating market. They just broke men.
Yo, bro was just see, I told y'all. This is why I called it tried and failed, because like I said, I read a couple of the captions on his videos and they hit. There's some shit that we rock with. And you know, he seemed like he was gonna be a good young brother. So I listened to him and I'm glad I did. Because guess what? We gained a lot of knowledge from that young little brother. If y'all was paying attention, women are very avoidative. They avoid things very easily. And if you're not paying attention to what they're doing, they will get over on you and make you think you asked them a question that you didn't even ask them. Because that's how they mind work. They have to put you in a box where they can make sure that they're right. But if they're not right factually, then they're not right. So make sure you keep up. Smoke gang shit. God bless. Great day.